Pat, you spoke a little bit about, the combined authorities. You just spoke a little bit about, politics to a certain level, because you can't not deal with politics because it's part of, public service, further education sector. So there's been a change in the combined authority. There's been there may be a change in government as well. Potentially when we're recording a few weeks prior to the election. How much of that influence have you already sort of built in terms of your planning? Because obviously, being a principal, you've got a vision. These are all factors that are part of that journey, really. So, how much is that? How important are these conversations with stakeholders? How have you planned and how have you prepared?
They're absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Certainly when I was at Harrow, working, hand in glove with the local authority.
Yeah.
Obviously it was under the GLA, but the GLA is so big.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You worked with subgroups, and it was absolutely critical. And that was even with partnerships with other colleges as well, because it was, as I keep saying, particularly for Birmingham, we can't service everything.
No.
If you have to work collaboratively, and you have to work in a joined up way, because you can't do everything on your own too. So to make out that you can doesn't work for me. It has to be about collaboration. So I'm very clear about that. I was clear about that when in my previous roles. I'm clear about that now. This is a thing that actually works.
Yeah.
But people need to come to it.
Yeah.
With that in mind, because the stats tell us that we can only do this if we're together. We're doing it in a collective way. And where there is, people always ask the questions, RF, is RFE colleges duplicating, and it's always a provision. And I was saying, well, of course we're going to duplicate where the need is there. And the stats actually prove that need. You're not going to, we don't do logistics. If I thought there was a need in Birmingham for something more local around logistics, then where they can go, then I would genuinely look at that. But I'm not going to do something that we don't need to do. So stakeholders are really critical. They are so if you've seen our strategy, you'll know that it's both national, it's both regional, and it's local. So that's about and our civic duty sits alongside that, and fits in really nicely with where that is, because you have to trust that the local authority, the combined authority, are really thinking about the region, they're thinking about locally, and actually where the jobs need to be. So why would you not follow, where that's been very clear, where that should happen? So you have to have really good relationships with the stakeholders and with your funders.
Canny Conversation Podcast Series 5 by Safaraz Ali.